Assalamualaikum. I am Jebatakia and my ID is 210104. Today I will present about the topic circuit switching and packet switching. First, I will discuss what is switching. Switching is the process of data being transferred from one device to another device. These are two methods and device uses exchange between. Let's first talk about circuit switching. Circuit switching is a method where the communication happens through a dedicated circuit or channel that is created between two devices. Circuit switching is connection oriented, meaning that a connection to established before any communication takes place, and then once the connection has been established, that particular session, so no other device are able to use that channel until the session is complete. But once the session is over, the channel is terminated and then made available for other device to use. Circuit switching is primarily used in the telephone system that utilize a dedicated physical path. So, in this example, see data going from the sender to the receiver. Let's talk about packet switching. Packet switching is a method that used on the internet where routers are used. Now, unlike circuit switching, packet switching is not connection oriented. It is connectionless. So, no session or channel has to be established prior to data transfer. So, as a device sends data, the data is broken down into individual packets, and those packets will individually and independently make their way to the destination, and since they are all dependent, that will take different routes to the destination as the travelers. And they have the example, I have to reserve to the data to read it. Let's talk about some of the major difference between the two. Now, in circuit switching, the quality and stability of the communication is better, which makes it better for voice calls. Now, packet switching can also do voice data, which is known as voice over IP, but it's not as good as circuit switching. However, packet switching is more flexible in addition. Another difference is the circuit switching. There is low latency because the bandwidth is fixed. A certain amount of bandwidth is allocated for each session until the session is complete. However, the disadvantage of the that is bandwidth is fixed. It is not used efficiently because the session don't completely use the bandwidth available. But packet switching is not fixed. Instead, it changes dynamically depending on the demand, which could result in higher latency used in bandwidth because needs that latent fixed amount. Another difference, data travels in the same dedicated path in sequential order of circuit switching, and packet switching is data travels individually, will take different path in destination, no arrive in sequential order. Final difference, circuit switching, the circuit or channel is unavailable for anyone else while in use. Packet switching is no dedicated channel, so there is no waiting for a channel to open.